Welcome back to Hot Takes and Deep Dives, and I am here with returning guest. This is actually your fourth appearance.
What?
On the show. You know her from Workout and Thintervention on Bravo. Her hair is so long, you cannot believe it. Jackie Warner, tell me everything.
Yeah, okay, so 4 times, it doesn't feel that way. I am still going to stick with this. I have told you this personally. I have done like 300 interviews in my life. I think you are the best interviewer I have ever interviewed with.
What? Tell me
why? Oprah. I did Oprah. So what does that say? That's pretty high marks.
But tell me why.
Because you are so comfortably conversational and you're so quick-minded and you can skip from topic to topic. You know what it is? I think you and I have similar personalities. We have similar ways of socializing, and that's why we get each other very, we're able to skip around but still be clear, and that is just not always the case, We get to cover so much.
You're a Leo also, right?
Yes, I am. Just like Madonna.
Well, okay, that's so funny that you just, okay, literally.
What is Madonna doing?
Listen to me. Literally, the first thing I was going to say to you. So we all know that you're in Ohio. Literally, yes. I swear to God, the first thing I was going to say to you was, are you going to her concert in Detroit this week?
No. The answer is no. And it's only because I have a new puppy. I have some new responsibilities here. I'm working with people. We're in a really critical phase right now with some of my clients, and I just have to be present and here. I can't be, driving to, through Ohio to see Madonna. Now, keep in mind, I've seen Madonna 4 times, okay, in LA, and when I was only a 13 or 14-year-old girl. I saw her and was front stage during her Like a Virgin tour, which was insane, okay? How many people could be front stage, at
You were like front row, you mean?
Oh, yeah. I was like touching the stage practically. Because back then, we're talking about early 80s. And back then, people were not so worried about security. Because people were not mentally ill like they are now. So if a human was told, hey, could you back up? We did, and now you tell someone to back up, and it becomes like, a thing. So it was incredible. Now listen to this. She had like a couple of beefy security guards in front of us just blocking the stage. So she's singing, and she does Like a Virgin, and she throws her veil. Do you remember the iconic wedding veil?
Of course.
That she used to do for that song? And I caught her veil, okay, as 14. I thought I was going to die. And then I held it for a little bit. And then a security guard grabbed it out of my hands and took it away.
No.
I will never forget that.
Well, okay, so you saw the Virgin tour. Then what was the next tour you saw?
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. I've seen so many of them. My favorite tour visually, to me, Madonna, it's okay what she's doing with her face. It's okay whatever that woman wants to do, because she is a visual, she is a performance artist. And we're not talking about a singer here. We're talking about a complete cutting edge, always ahead of the times for 30 years as a real performance artist, using her body, using incredible artistic visuals by artists that are not even discovered. She discovers them. She changed the hearts and minds of people. You cannot discount what she has done for the music industry and the artistic industry, period.
You know what I think? I think you can't discount what she has done for the gay community. No other artist has done more for the gay community than Madonna, period. Let's get an update from you. You're still in Ohio. Have you been back to LA at all?
I'll come back to LA when I want to, get things done. Like, when I want to actually get some stuff done, because let me tell you, Ohio, how do I explain this? So it's very quiet. Things are slow, but I find that beautiful because I've lived since 18 years old in Hollywood and West Hollywood and Beverly Hills, only those three places for 35 years. I have had to hustle. Coming here is beautiful to me. I can't discount what it feels like when I want something and I drive up to a place and I get out of my car for free and park out front, and how relaxing that is after me living in Los Angeles my whole life, and it takes 30 minutes to drive 3 miles.
Right.
Yeah. So there's that stress. There's also, I'm still getting over like the PTSD of living in Los Angeles for 35 years, period. I'm still like falling into, where do I want to be? What is my groove? What do I want to do next? I've got projects that I want to do for this year. And so these are all questions that I'm answering now. I also took a year this last year to write a sort of, I guess you'd call it a docudrama. It's not a typical reality show. But in Los Angeles, when the entertainment industry shuts down for over a month over Christmas and the holidays, so it starts before November, and then they are just now coming back into work now this week. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be shopping a new show starting next week.
Can you tell me about, so it's a reality show, or it's like scripted?
Well, let's not call it a reality show, because a reality show to me is like from, say, someone like Bravo. And what they do in a reality show is you have to very clearly villainize the stars of the show. So you have producers and executives at Bravo that, yes, they want you to look good, but they also want to make you look horrible.
Yeah.
Like a train wreck. Maybe you have a glass of wine one day and they run the footage 20 times so you look like a wrecked alcoholic at 5.
This is Bethany Frankel's whole thing. I mean, she's been riding this for the past 6 months. I mean, her whole thing is more about the way. I mean, I think she's looking for reality stars to get residuals, like from the re-airing in other countries and all of that. Mm-hmm. Like, were you paid well for workout?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Your first show, if you do a show, especially if you do like 3 seasons of it, you're going to get paid a talent contract, but you're going to also have credit. So if it's important to you to always show that you're an executive producer and a creator of your show, that's going to be shown, right? Which is important, I think. It's important. But you're mostly going to be paid for talent. I don't know anybody, including the housewives, that for the first 5 years were paid well. Not only that, they were paid for talent. They did not get residuals. Residuals goes to the production executive. And I don't mean the production executives that work with you on set. I'm talking about the ones that create the show and put the money into it. So whoever is funding that TV show, so for example, Bravo, they get residuals, their contracts. So Workout, by the way, went all over the world. And for years, it would play in Spain and Italy. I got none of that. And nor did I expect that. Okay? Because that was not the deal. You're paid as talent. And you're paid as an executive producer. And you get to do a co-creator or a creator of if you wrote the show. Now, that's different than what I'm doing now. Yes,
Tell me what so what's this idea that you're pitching?
Everybody kind of knows that I had a very, very public TMZ, blah, 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 arrest maybe like 6 years ago.
We talked about it in our last interview.
We've talked about it.
So for anyone who isn't familiar with that story, you told that in our last interview. I'm going to put a clip of it just for context. So here's that clip from our last interview. You had talked about you kind of have the personality where you have like an angel on one shoulder and like the devil on the other. Did you ever get into serious trouble in LA? Like, what's the riskiest thing you did?
I did. What happened to me when I was 50 was that I took an ambien and I woke up handcuffed in a jail. So I took an ambien to go to sleep. Now, I'm not kidding about this. This happened to me when I was 50. It destroyed my life. It completely destroyed my life. I had so many positive, good things going on. So I can't sleep. I've never been able to sleep except when I moved here to Ohio because I don't have to worry so much.
You went to sleep, or you took an ambien to help you sleep.
Right. I took an ambien to help me sleep. I just had a meeting with my co-writer on a show that we were doing, and I left there. It was a little late at night. No drinks. I had no alcohol. I took my one ambien that I'd been on for 3 years without any incident that I knew of, that I was aware of. Now I wonder, where the hell was I? I mean, I could have done anything. I wake up and I'm arrested. I went, apparently, blackout, got in my car, drove to the corner of 7-Eleven, got some food, got back in my car, and I was filmed doing so. So it was on TMZ the next day. And I got arrested at gunpoint. I mean, I'm driving a Porsche. I don't look dangerous. And if you looked at me for 2 seconds, you'd see that I was not even there. I was completely vacant. I have no memory of this. I learned about this when my attorney went over the police report. I had no idea what had happened to me at all. So there were 3 felony charges. My attorney convinced the DA to drop the charges because I'd taken an Ambien, and they believed that. She got them to believe that, because there's nothing in my character or my past that showed anything like this. But it destroyed my life, I'll be honest. It destroyed my life because it was everywhere. It was everywhere. It was on TMZ. And my family just destroyed everything. So that's when I started eating. And I didn't want to be at the gym because it was embarrassing. I was getting looked at constantly. So all charges were dropped. I have absolutely no record. But that's what happens when you're a celebrity and that happens to you. It's what happens.
Did that play into your decision to leave LA?
Most certainly, because all of my opportunities in the entertainment industry dried up. There's no reason to live in LA at 50 if you don't have opportunities. And overnight, every project that I had that was going to go and be wonderful completely said, see you later. And so what's the point? Just living there and, bumming around.
But so many stars have done far worse, like gotten DUIs and all of this things, and they're able to bounce back. Like, why was it so permanent for you? Considering it was an Ambien, it wasn't even like you were drunk. It was like a silly...
Because that's not what TMZ reported. TMZ did not report that. They said that in their report, which I read, it was not accurate at all. They said that the charges were that I had some sort of weapon on me. They said, it was a dangerous weapon. So, it destroyed my life. And I have such PTSD from it. The show opens with that. And what that has done for me is, one, I went to Ohio. A lot of people see that as fleeing LA. And I'll give them that. Yeah, a big part of it was getting out of LA, where I was so public and so well known. And then coming to Ohio and living a quieter life and a more wholesome life. And then part of that, but I became reclusive. And I mean that in the best, healthiest way possible. I'm guarded a little bit. I train, but I train from my home. I do a lot of video training. And it's been so amazing to do the work that I'm doing on video. It's so great for people that I just love it. And I do that pretty much full time now. Yeah, so I've become reclusive and I gained weight. So I weighed 142 is what my set weight is. That's with muscles and stuff like that. About 11%.
That's when people think of Jackie Warner, that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Muscular, ripped, fit, very, very fit. So I was that when I moved here to Ohio. And then all the gyms shut down. And I was living with my parents for 9 months because I couldn't get a house or anything during coronavirus. So I lived out of my parents' home. There's no gym there. There's nothing. I had, run around the neighborhood. That's it. I then got bored and I started eating sugar, like bags of sugar, comfort food, total comfort food. Well, I gained about 40 pounds. And so the show is my ex-girlfriend who was on season 1 of Workout. Try to follow this here.
No, Mimi, right?
Mimi.
Yes.
Mimi. We're still very close friends now. And she lives in São Paulo, where she's from. She's from Brazil. She would be flying in to Ohio, kind of like the Simple Lives, and I would be showing her what I do here. She'd get me out of my bed, out of my house. I'd show her everything about Ohio, and then we'd take an epic road trip across America back to LA, where I followed the road trip I took by myself when I was 18 years old and drove from Fairborn, Ohio to Los Angeles, California. And I left these little notes and charms for myself. This is like, what, how many years ago? Geez, 40 something. And we're going to follow and see if they're still there. I hid them all throughout the country. So that's one thing.
Okay.
But so it's an epic road trip, and me and Mimi, anybody that knows us knows it's going to be interesting. It's going to be tumultuous. It's going to be interesting. It could be, the question is like, do I want to be with anybody anymore? Do I find anyone attracted? Am I attractive, 40 pounds overweight? How do I feel? And so you follow that journey, but the most hilarious part is we're not doing anything traditional when it comes to exercise or life-changing. So I will be stopping in Texas, and I'll be with a doctor, and I'll drop mushrooms, for instance. We'll drop mushrooms. And so it's like changing my internal mind, healing, going on this trip to the original place, and like, for instance, Mimi's a smoker because that's how Brazilians are. And so we'll have a car, and she'll be driving along, a desert highway alongside me when I'm running in a sports bra and booty shorts, and she's smoking with her sunglasses on, just pulling next to the car. I'll be like getting out of the truck stop and creating just right on the spur a workout for myself at that truck stop. So it really is wherever in Middle America, Southern America.
So do you see it ending when you get to LA? Like, that's the conclusion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I want to get people that have been in my life. So get workout, everybody that was on workout, Thintervention. I want to get people in my life together. I want to, I lost a lot of friends after the arrest. A lot of people just did not have any interest in being out with me anymore. So I would like to talk to those people on camera. And, kind of see, discuss, so when I was your friend and did things for you, or was very recognizable and got us in places, you were real tight. And in the moment I'm not going out and getting that kind of access, you disappear. I mean, that's interesting. And that's all going to occur in LA. Not only that, but I'm going to get in the best shape of my life, like magazine cover ready. So from 185 pounds down to back to a ripped 142, that's the goal. And I would have like 2 months to do that. So it's like the epic road trip. I'll be like going to a gym, a boxing gym that's owned by a transsexual, and we can talk about what that means, my feelings about that, transsexuals in women's sports in a very not, crazy way.
What are your feelings?
I would rather leave after the show.
Okay.
But I'm just giving you a lot of kind of the gist of the show.
Yeah.
It's a Thelma and Louise. And I even have it being shot like a Lana Del Rey video. Very kind of gritty, dirty road trip, sidebars, things like that, with pops of color. So the whole thing is very stylistic. But it's going to be like a Thelma and Louise with a lot of action, motels, convertible old car.
Will you kill anybody?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if someone pulls a gun, and I still MMA trained, so maybe.
Good.
Would that be fun?
Good. And so where are you in the process? Like you're pitching it?
I just finished it. It took me a year to write. And I did a very beautiful visual deck with my executive producer, and Mimi did a lot of the visual stuff for us because she's an artist. And so it's ready now. So I literally have like 10 people. I can still call people that are heads of studios and get meetings with them. See, that's the thing. If you have proven yourself already, you can always get a meeting, no matter what's happened. Because people are hungry for ideas, for television ideas.
I'm into this idea.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I don't know if I've explained it well because I haven't pitched it yet. Literally, everybody is getting back this week, and I'll start pitching next week.
So this was your first pitch?
This is my first pitch, and I'm pretty sure it was like all over the place. but no, there's a lot that's going to happen. And the person that I think is hilarious to instigate that is somebody that I had a very physical, sexual, passionate, dysfunctional relationship with, but we've both changed so much. But what do we bring out in each other? It's going to be fiery, and it will be lovely, and there will be tears, but we touch on mental health quite a bit in a good way, in an interesting way. And like I said, I wrote each episode with things that you've never seen on TV before.
When you're saying that you wrote, I just want to explain this. What Jackie is talking about is she's outlined. She's doing like bullet points of like things that they would want to capture. It's not scripted. When you're saying that you wrote each episode.
I wrote the script. We had bullet points to begin with, and then I filled it out so much that we've got a full script with an episodic breakdown. And I'm glad I did that, because the two friends that I have in the industry that are taking it to their agents and going to show it, just like friends of mine, they need that now. You can't go to a Bravo or to a production company with bullet points anymore. You need so much more. I'm going to have to take 24 hours and actually film myself. Because, workout was 20 years ago. It's Thintervention maybe 12 or 13 years ago. Yeah, people know me because I also had an amazing publicist and was in the cover of magazines, TV shows, talk shows constantly. People wouldn't know me from Workout and Thintervention necessarily, and my books and my DVDs, because they were so successful. That's how people know me. So the deal is, no longer can I walk into an executive's office with a bullet-pointed, outline. I have to have a complete visual, 10-page deck. Each episode is going to show what person we're running into and what is to accomplish, along with 2 pages of just describing it and how we're going to open the show. We're going to open the show clearly with the footage from TMZ where I'm at gunpoint, being arrested, completely out of it. So we're not running from any of that, that's it in a nutshell, but I consider it a documentary.
Do you have a title in mind?
Yeah, it's the title will probably change, but it's called Working It Out, WERKING, which is a gay thing.
Yes.
And then Working It Out. And that is just a working title for now. That will probably change because, for instance, if we do sell it to Lifetime or Discovery, because remember, it's a docudrama. It is not a typical reality show.
Right.
Where each episode you have to have humiliation and tears.
Yeah, more documentary. Yeah, sound. Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
It was brought to me. The idea was brought to me as a documentary from a documentarian. But all of my contacts are at Lifetime, Oxygen, Bravo, NBC, Discovery. I have contacts Nat Geo. So the people that are going to be seeing them, it'll change. For Bravo, it's a reality show. For Discovery, it's a documentary.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely. Let me ask you, back when you were like one of the main, of course, the biggest change in Bravo over the last 15 years is that it started out much more lifestyle. Like they took Queer Eye and then they blew out the different tenets of Queer Eye. Like, so for example, food became Top Chef and the physical fitness stuff became Workout. All the interior design became Jeff Lewis with Flipping Out. They exploded each of those the niches.
Yes.
So you Flipping Out and Workout were on at the same time. Like you must have started around the same time.
Workout was first. I'll tell you how it happened. So the first show where you had a single centralized character that was a business owner and had to deal with employees and work and branding. That was Jonathan from Blowout.
Yes.
The first central character was not Flipping Out. That came later. It was Jonathan from Blowout, which gave them a complete pattern to create Workout. Now, Workout is a British show. It was a popular show in Great Britain, but it was not about a central character. It was about a gym. Okay, so Mintorn is a British company. Mintorn's executive came to Sky Sport, my beautiful penthouse gym, to use it as a location. Her name's Amy Spall. She came into the office and sat with me for about 20 minutes, and she glazed over and she's like, you've got to be a show. You're gay, you have a hot girlfriend, you own this beautiful gym, you have all these hot trainers, you blah, 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 you are a fun girl, you're all these things. She's like, the show has got to be about you. So then she shot me one day with just a little handheld. She just shot me. She just followed me around one day and then sent that to Bravo, to the head of Bravo, the literal head of Bravo. The head of Bravo, I can't remember her name right now. She called me personally and said, we don't have the money to do it this quarter. Please don't shop this show. We're going to pick it up next quarter. Just don't shop this show to anybody. So then I did. I waited for Bravo. And the next quarter, they bought the show. And there you go. And so it was very similar to Jonathan's show, Blowout, in his salon with celebrity clients and hot salon, hair cutters and such. So then after that came the flipping out, things like that. I don't think flipping out is like workout or blowout, though, at all.
No, not at all. But I bring it up because the two of you became among the biggest faces of Bravo. Were you, did you know Jeff at all? Like, you were both in LA.
I have only met Jeff once, and his energy is so repugnant and distasteful that every time I would see him, I just would walk the other way.
But wait, where did you meet him, and what?
I met him at I think I met him at the gay and lesbian thing they did each year, gala, and some
the GLAAD Awards?
Yeah, I think I met him there. And I was dressed up. I think I had Mimi with me. I think we were just friends at the time because it was after workout season 1. Yeah, so I remember we were dressed beautifully, full hair, makeup, and he comes over to us and says to Mimi, I love you. And I'm standing there. I could care less. And she's like, oh, thank you. And he's like, you're the only good thing about the show. And then he looked at me and he said, you, I can't stand. You, I don't like. And I said, I mean, that is surprising. I'm not used to people just trying to go out of their way to be rude to a stranger. And I just said, it's mutual. And I smiled. I said, I find you distasteful. And I smiled, and then I walked away. And then Mimi tagged on, and then we got our seats, and that was it. That's the only time I saw him. But you can feel his energy from a mile away. There are two types of human beings in this world. First of all, our energy is something, my personal energy is something I work on every single day, making eye contact, smiling at strangers, asking people how they are. So your energy is extremely powerful, especially if you've worked on yourself, your body, and you've got your body, your mind, all the brain chemistry working beautifully at once. You're unstoppable. And your energy comes 10 feet before you. Walk into a room, open that door, and your energy is 10 feet before you even physically enter a room. People don't realize that, but they really, really should hear what I'm saying right now. And you either transcend, and people in a room will stand there, even if you're a stranger, and they physically get closer and try to talk to you, or you repel in this world. And people don't look at you, they don't smile at you, they ignore you, or they walk away from you, or they just don't like you for no reason. Just to say, his energy was repellent. And then you look at his assistant, Jenny, who he screwed over. Like, he really messed that girl up. I ran into her. We were staying at the same hotel, and we're going to some penthouse party at the hotel that we were both staying in after a Bravo event in New York. And the girl is so genuinely sweet, down to earth. I mean, I talked to her for ages.
Workout and Flipping Out shared an executive producer, Billy Taylor.
Billy Taylor, I despise him. I was just talking with one of the producers yesterday who's getting the show out for me this upcoming week. And all he does is produce reality TV shows. He's working constantly. And he was on first season. He was actually on the whole thing, all 3 seasons of Workout. First season, we had a great lesbian Second season, we had a straight woman. Fantastic. Second season was the best. Third season, I was asked to have a straight man. His name's Billy. The first thing I said with Mark, when I talked to him a couple of days ago on FaceTime, he goes, Billy was a misogynist, sexist, gay-hating a-hole. He destroyed third season. He hated me. He doesn't like women. He doesn't like gay people. He's a misogynist. Now, having just said that, it's not a proven fact. It is mine and several other people who worked on season 3's opinion of him. And here's what he did. I remember seeing season 3 and being in tears because I actually did the most impactful, emotional, incredible, beautiful work with people on season 3. None of it was shown. It was only really bizarre stuff that they would make up and clip together. This is what Bethany's complaining about.
They would Frankenbite it?
Yeah, Bethany was complaining. It's legit. So what they do is the executive producer's not your friend. They act like it, but they're actually trying to make you look bad. So what they do is they conspire with Bravo, in my case, and they shoot footage, and the executive producer or the person on set, they decide what they show Bravo. So Billy decided that he was going to show Bravo nothing but horrific and weird and awkward things. He showed them no inspirational story, no heroic events like season 1 and 2 had. He only showed things that happened off camera, and then people on camera would accuse me of things, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So I screamed at Andy Cohen and Corey and the executives over at Bravo, the high-ups, and I remember being in Vegas to promote something, and I was in the casino by myself, and I was screaming every 4-letter word. Why the F would you do this? Why would you take a brand that you have invested so much time, energy, and money into, and then destroy it?
What'd they say?
Destroy it without even talking to me, without even asking me questions, without even saying what's going on, and taking somebody who hated my guts and did not understand who I was and did not care to come from a female perspective at all and doesn't understand women at all. And you only took his footage, and Andy said, Jackie, he said he had nothing good, no good footage on you. Yeah. So am I bitter? Yes.
See, can I just say something? Look, I want to say something. So I've interviewed Billy Taylor like years ago, and he worked years on MTV Diary, and he is the person that Jeff credits with the success of Flipping Out. However, that sort of his style is fly on the wall style, and so I feel like that's what he was trying to do was fly on the wall and like recreate that with you. The thing is, Workout was never fly on the wall.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a man. I think Billy understands male characters. And let's be frank, Jeff Lewis is a repugnant character on TV. He is flawed to a degree that you wouldn't really want to befriend him as a person. So that's what Billy might have been good at. And also, remember, Flipping Out is not about Jeff. It's about the visual impact. Bravo is fantastic, and viewers love to see a house in shambles, or a person's life in shambles, or a 400 to 500 pound man or woman in shambles, not being able to step down a stair. Viewers love to see that because there's a circus it's a circus show, okay? But that is not what Workout was. Nobody's life was in shambles. I didn't even deal with what Biggest Loser did. Workout was supposed to be beautiful trainers, having fun, interesting lives. My personal love relationship was always a major part of it and had to be. And that was, my flaw. We'll call that a flaw. At the end, you see Jeff treat people like terrible, but then he's great at his job.
He's also okay with being the villain.
Exactly, and I'm not.
There you go. We summed it up. That's it.
I don't want to demean my housekeeper. I don't want to demean somebody on camera. I will never do that. And also the visual. Well, see, in my new reality show, if we get that off the ground, you will have a stunning visual, because the question is, do I move back to LA and start something, which I can't discuss right now? A big deal. Do I move back to LA? Do I get fit and hot and start dating hot girls again?
Can I give you an idea?
Please.
Free idea. You probably thought of it yourself, but here's a free idea. In the middle, like maybe episode 5, you get the Jackie Warner haircut back.
Oh God, no! Oh my God, are you kidding? I love myself so much in long hair.
No, that's good. That's part of the transformation.
Oh my God, hell no!
Yes.
I don't even look for hair. No, when I grew my hair out really long, and I'm so into my long hair, I regret that I kept short hair.
Why?
Past workout season 2, I would have loved to grow my hair out after workout, maybe. Well, I did grow my hair out for Thintervention, so that I have long hair. But I had extensions in, and I don't have extensions now. I just have long, natural hair.
Yeah. What we're looking at, if you can imagine Jackie Warner with the hair of Stevie Nicks.
Well, okay, but it's in better condition because Stevie's wearing a wig. Come on now. 74. I'm not.
All right, Jackie Warner, I want to get, we've been texting a lot. I've gotten you up on the Kyle Richards, Morgan Wade relationship situation.
Oh, yes.
You've watched a lot of the videos that I've sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe these two are in a romantic relationship?
Nope.
Tell me why.
Okay, first of all, the Housewives are, the whole series, which Bravo still makes the most money on and promotes, the whole Housewives franchise is so tired. It is so exhaustively tired. You know, you are told when you become a housewife, I know the Housewives, they are told that they had better bring the drama.
So Kyle and Morgan Wade.
Kyle has been there for what feels like a century. How much can that woman give each?
Well, she and Mauricio are separated.
That's what you think.
Well, like they've said, like we're separated.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe they are?
I don't know, because I don't believe anything that happens on reality. So Morgan is a person that needs more exposure, and Kyle is a person, I don't know how they met or how they got in each other's lives.
So I'll tell you so that you're fully informed.
Okay.
Kyle, I think, was like a fan, like saw her on Instagram, was a fan of her music, DM'd her and started like sharing her music on Instagram, and then they met up and became very tight in LA. She started going to all the concerts, and then Kyle, I believe, is producing a documentary on Morgan Wade. We would not know who the fuck Morgan Wade is.
I've never heard or seen or even a whisper of this woman in my entire life until you brought this to my attention. So I don't think anybody would have. I'm not a fan of her music at all. It's just not my thing. But because I did listen to it. Here's what's happening. I do not believe they are lovers. I believe that they're mutually needing and using each other. And that in the best of ways. Friends can do that. Acquaintances. Someone can DM me and say, well, let's do a photo shoot, blah, blah, blah. Sure, why not? I don't know you, but okay, if it works for both. You know, that happens all the time in television and entertainment. Do I think Kyle's a fan? Probably yes. She talks about her writing a lot, that it means a lot to her, and that makes me laugh because, as I have told you privately, to me, it is the most simplistic, silly, contrived writing I've ever heard.
I mean, there's literally a song about, oh, I'm going to fuck you at the Chateau Marmont, and like, you're too old. You say I'm too old. She was in this past episode. There's a song, the lyrics are like, you say you're too young for me. So, I mean, I'm paraphrasing here.
Yeah.
Something, the Beverly Hills, not the Chateau Marmont, something about the Beverly Hills Hotel. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I think they're mutually.
I heard a song about, like, you know, your coffee cup and then something else about coffee. I mean, it's not my kind of artist. Okay, let's not trash her. I'm not trashing her. I don't like her writing or singing. Now, she actually, from the clips you showed me, I saw one quick clip where I thought, oh my God, she's so awkwardly out of place in the midst of this brunch or whatever, all these Beverly Hills housewives. It's weird, it's awkward. But then I saw a little more where she's just like herself and just being, and she's actually a lot cooler than she comes off on the housewives. Do I think that she needs to be careful about her image when she is consorting with, you know, we're talking about 50-something-year-old women.
A lot of Kyle's storyline is that she's sober now. Like, she's stopped drinking about a year ago. And a lot of that was Morgan's influence. Like, Morgan is sober. And so, I mean, I'm just like giving you more context. Sure. So you think, based on the evidence of watching them interact, not a romantic connection?
Not at all. Not at all. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm just giving one thing also that is a little like with Kyle is the clip that I saw. You showed me, I think you sent me one clip where they're sitting on the couch and you're kind of like meeting Morgan, and then she's talking about how Kyle met her, and she said she stalked me, and she says it very seriously, and then she says something else, and it's rather demeaning towards Kyle for a woman of her stature and age to be
that's part of their dynamic. The more you see of Morgan, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of negging Kyle.
I don't like it. I just don't love it. I mean, okay, negging Kyle, but I just think it makes Morgan look like, if you are negging somebody, then don't be a part of their lives on camera.
I don't know. It's like, I truly can't figure it out. I mean, they're both winning. What's with them dressing like twins? Like, they're dressing in
because they're camera ops.
Right.
Do you know how many times I've been texted by Bravo stars in my life? Come here, and I don't even know them. Hey, do you want to come to the beach and blah, 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 wear a bikini, blah, blah, blah. It's camera ops. Look, the show is on air right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle and Morgan have a publicity company working for them, as well as Bravo Publicity. I guarantee they have at least 3 publicists between them when your show is currently airing. And that is when start twinning. So you're like, okay, let's wear our cowboy boots. You wear red, I'll wear pink. We'll wear our ripped up jeans, and off the shoulder shirt, rocker shirt, and I'm gonna have my hair up. It is that contrived. You are doing publicity. There's not really one real moment when you have your show on air currently that you have anymore. I did not hang with one housewife while workout was airing on air. All I did is everything for publicity. Everything. If I showed up with you at a bar, it's because my publicist made me. Mm-hmm. And we're a good storyline. And let's call it, you're talking about 2 pretty women here, okay, from different backgrounds. It's a great storyline because, as I know, I can tell you, there's something weird that happens in this country that when women become middle-aged and their kids are adults, they instantly start being attracted to, like, hot women. It's the weirdest thing. So straight women, a lot of an experiment around this age that Kyle is in. It's a transition. And so
it's what Soul Cycle was built on.
It's exactly what Soul Cycle is built on. Exactly. And so basically, you've got a great storyline with a gay woman who is edgier, who is in the music industry, really trying to hustle and break, which I would not have said she did before. And then you've got Kyle desperately in need of a storyline that is outside of just her and her separation. And I guarantee somebody said, look, find more. Mm-hmm. Go home, write it down, because that's what they did to me. Like, you got to do more. What more are you going to do? Who else are you going to date? When are you going to go to this place? And it is your job. It's not your job to be interesting. It's your job to hit all of the points of a Shakespearean show, which is reality TV, is full Shakespearean, period. You have got a central character. You've got surrounding characters. That central character can be brave, beautiful. Oh, but no, they also have to get knocked down pretty hard.
Did you follow Vanderpump Rules? Vanderpump Rules is the most Shakespearean of all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you should actually watch it. You should,
yeah,
if you want to really.
I'm not dead. I do follow social media. I do look up YouTube, so I know what people are talking about. They're in the news, and the fact I know somebody cheated on somebody, and it's got the whole world seems to be like broken down by somebody cheating on a woman. I was just like, okay, but yeah, it seems to really affect people. So. Look, Vanderpump Rules, we thought, everybody in the industry thought that show was going to last one season. Nobody dreamed that it would be so well done. It's well done. Yeah. That's why.
And you've also got a cast full of villains.
Yeah, exactly. And they're willing to be, and they're making great money doing so. They made that trade. I'm just not willing to do that. Yeah. Also, you got to understand, this is what people didn't understand. Like, why weren't you more of this? Why weren't you more of that? Because I'm a health and wellness expert. I'm not a damn bartender. I'm not a spending housewife. I'm a life coach, 100% a life coach. What would that have done to my career?
Well, this actually, let's say before we have a few more topics we want to talk about, but you are taking on new clients for the new year.
I am listen, I started doing video training. Let's just call it FaceTime, or we can do it through, Google training. But what it is I am training you one-on-one, and I give you diets. I work with you to figure out what diet is going to work for you, if any. It's a heavy dose of each session of life coaching, helping you manage your life better. Everything, when I come into your life, I expect to get much better in even 2 weeks to a month. That's the standard I hold for myself. And why do I hold that standard? Because I have been able to do it. I've grown so much that I can make such an impact on FaceTime training, me training you, me talking to you, me coaching you. Me helping you make decisions, me changing your energy with you, me working your diet over for you, not a diet that works for everybody, a diet that works specifically for you and your family and your kitchen. And it is so effective, this life coaching I do on video, that people, I can't even tell you, I'm thinking about all my clients right now. They don't even resemble themselves. And the great thing is I'm used to doing exercises and workouts that get celebrities in shape in 10 days. In 1 week with me workouts, I choose a type of grouping and an exercise performance that gets you results in a week. You will feel differently, completely.
So how can people get in touch with you?
Okay, yeah. So I've got my business line. Do you want me to give you the number?
Yeah, give the number.
Yeah, so just call my business line. So from today through February 15th, I'm going to be doing free consults. So what that means is I will FaceTime you, I will look at you, we will talk, and I will talk to you about your diet, what you're doing now, and what can I do if I am the person for you. And it goes both ways. I want people that are really motivated to grow. If you want some major difference, then I am the girl for you. And that's determined in our first meeting. And I'm going to do free consults through February 15th. So 30 days of free consults, and I will get to everybody.
Can they text this number, or you must call?
Basically, yes. And so contact me at 323-301-3522. And you can leave voicemail, you can text. Most people text. I will get back to you and we will discuss getting a time for us to go face to face and tell me what you need.
I'll put all that information in the show notes for this episode. So the number will be right there.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm telling you, I get people through so many difficult life changes, and we do it so fast and so effectively. I don't think, and I'm not talking about just getting business right now. I'm actually got a great business right now. I don't think I've ever been this effective in my entire life when it comes to life coaching training.
That's incredible.
It really is, because I'm such a different person now.
I'm curious what you think about, and I mean, I know like Ozempic has been like over discussed, but I want to pose this. Remember 20 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 25 years ago at this point, if you had said to somebody, yeah, I went to a doctor and they stuck a needle in my forehead full of botulism, and it takes away the static lines, it takes away the movement in my forehead, and it smooths out the wrinkles, your friend would have said to you, wait, you stuck a needle in your forehead?
Yeah.
And they would have told you that you're crazy. And then, of course, it became approved, all across America.
Yeah.
Maybe about a year ago, it was a bit more shocking, this idea of using something like an Ozempic, Mounjaro, whatever. But now that the year has gone and has been more widely used, there is a bit more easing and acceptance, like general acceptance of it. Do you think that Ozempic will be just interpreted as like, oh yeah, like I'm using Ozempic to take away my hunger craving so that I don't keep eating when I'm still full? Because I know people who suffer from that, and since they've gone on Ozempic, I mean, Rosie O'Donnell has been very vocal about this, Oprah as well. Do you think that 20 years from now, this will be the norm and won't be?
No, nobody's going to be using Ozempic 20 years from now. There are way, way too many long-term, terrible side effects. So I tried Ozempic, and I also gave it to one of my morbidly obese clients because I wanted to try it. So
for how long did you try it?
Just for like 2 weeks. I know that the only way to lose weight and to build muscle and to do it the right way, where you change your physiology and your brain chemistry, is the real way. And that is using your body resistance and weights to impact, to give you an effective workout, build muscle quickly, which will then speed up your metabolism like crazy. So you become a fat burning machine the more muscle you have, which is why weight bearing exercise is the most and the best exercise to get, along with what I do, cardio acceleration, and that's spurts of high intense interval training.
So tell me your personal experience on Ozempic.
Okay, so I got Ozempic because I wanted to see what it was about, and I wanted to see if it worked, because I had a morbidly obese client that is my best friend. He is my absolute best friend and client. And he cannot tackle the mental game. And he is so ashamed of his eating patterns that he lied to me over and over for years. Now, of course, I know that you're lying, because you're not losing weight, even though we're working out 4 days a week and you've got muscle everywhere and you look great in a lot of ways, but you're still morbidly obese. And I said, look, I'm going to call your doctor. We're going to get you on Ozempic. And I said, and I want you on it temporarily, because Ozempic is only good. It is good short term. So no more than 6 months, certainly no more than a year. It is good for short term to completely change your mindset. So if you're a person that craves sugar and chips because you're not dealing with a trauma, you're not dealing with maybe your finances, something that's causing you trauma, and you're not appropriately able to deal with it, then this is a way. Break your sugar addiction, which is stronger than heroin addiction, stronger than heroin. Okay, 6 months will do that for you, and then guess what? You don't have a taste for it anymore. While you are taking it, you also have to work out constantly and consistently. And once you stop, you better have a really solid game plan about how you're going to eat, your lifestyle change. So this is a temporary fix. And what it did for me, I did it for 2 weeks to see how it felt. And what it did for me is it made me not hungry, like at all. I felt satiated eating a meal a day. Well, that's not the right way to lose weight.
Did you have like nausea or like stomach cramping?
Yeah, just some light nausea. Now remember, I only did it for 2 weeks, so you're only on the lowest dosage. Mm-hmm. I think every 2 weeks you have to crank up that dosage. And then at the end of your month or whatever, 30 days, that's really high. And that's when people get really bad nausea, they get migraines and stuff. But look, you can't do it for a lifetime. What is Oprah going to do after a year?
Why can't she keep doing it?
Because it's got terrible side effects. Your stomach stops working. And for many cases, it will never work again. I can't tell you how many doctors, now that it's out there, you're a guinea pig. If you're Oprah and you try a drug in the first year that it's out, all you are is a guinea pig. And that company, that pharmaceutical company, is then going to look at what horrible things it does to you. And then they're going to go back and they're going to try to change those things, which can take 5 years. That's how it works. So the Oprahs, I'm sorry, but Kelly Clarkson, I mean, I don't know if she's come clean, but she's doing Ozempic. I mean, you should be honest about it. It's not shameful.
No, Kelly Clarkson has not come clean.
Oh, well, she needs to, because it's Ozempic. Okay? I mean, okay, again, that's my personal opinion, but you don't struggle with weight for 10 to 15 years where you're at a certain weight, your whole adult life, and then all of a sudden you go away for the writer's strike or a hiatus for 2 months, and you come back completely thin.
Christina Aguilera, you know, since having her kids, like, she had a very consistent body type. She looked amazing. Looked amazing. I went to her show live in Vegas. Looked stunning, but her body is completely different now.
Exactly.
She looks like the 19-year-old Christina.
Yeah, exactly. And so when your body goes from 40 to 60 pounds overweight for at least 5 years, that's your new set point. That's where your body wants to be. And then in 2 or 3 months, you drop 40 pounds and you come back to your show and you look like you did when you were 30 or 25, and your face looks totally different and your body looks totally different and you're wearing a size 6. That's Ozempic, folks. That is not that they decided to get a trainer 7 days a week and completely get a chef to cook for them. No. They already had that.
Have you met anybody interesting in Ohio? Like, are you dating at all?
No, I'm not dating. I think for me to be able to date, I'm going to have to start going out more, you know, and I don't really right now. But I guess
the better question is even like, do you want to be in a relationship?
The thing with me is I've not been attracted to anybody. So I'm going to have to go out to Dayton, Cincinnati, go hit the gay clubs again. We're going to do that on the show, by the way, across America.
Good.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. And go and see if I'm attracted to someone's personality. Because I have not been attracted to someone's personality, besides you, of course, but for a long time. As dating potential.
Yeah. I remember last time you were telling me how your dream girl was Aubrey Plaza. This was, by the way, this was pre-White Lotus.
Oh yeah, I love Audrey. I've done a deep dives on her all the time. I do it like every 6 months just to watch her interviews. She is so funny because it's so clear, and it's very rare that you see a public person absolutely not care what you think. Every single time she opens her mouth, it's to amuse herself.
Now, you sent me this Taylor Swift New York Times opinion piece to read.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I want you to summarize this piece, because this was truly one of the most delusional, dumbest things I've ever read in my life. Please summarize this opinion piece.
So basically, the New York Times, which you expect to be really what's considered by most the top respected,
the paper of record,
newspaper in the United States. Okay, so the New York Times has a editor a female editor who's older and gay and average looking, not pretty, not ugly, average. And she wrote an op-ed, a 5,000 word op-ed. If you made me do 5,000 words about Taylor Swift, I would look at 200. I wouldn't know what to say. This woman, this grown adult gay woman, sat down and wrote 5,000 words about, is Taylor Swift a lesbian? Because she thinks, this delusional woman thinks that Taylor Swift is giving her secret signals and Easter eggs in some of her songs.
It is literal fan fiction.
It's fan fiction, but it's the most embarrassing fan fiction. We're not talking about a 19-year-old lesbian. We're talking about somebody older than me saying, God, I really want Taylor Swift to really love women. And I really think oh my God, she'd be into me, for sure. That's what we're talking about. Gay and lesbian people that think everybody is gay, it thinks that because of their own narcissism. And
I may fall victim to that.
And it is,
I am sadly one of those people. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, it's your own narcissism, girl. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean narcissism like a clinical narcissist. That term is thrown around a lot. Most people are not narcissists, but if you look online, you think everybody is a narcissist. No, they're just self-interested. They like things to satellite around them. I am so grossed out by this woman.
The author of the article.
It's not even an author. It's an op-ed. Anybody can write an op-ed.
It was literally like a live journal post. Remember live journal?
Yeah, and I'm really irritated that every single person in this country, Republicans, I mean, I've been hearing so much, people are so quick to trash and to jump on Taylor Swift, which is unbelievable because she, as a star, has managed her profile. She has managed her life in a near, if not perfect way. I have never seen a star manage more perfectly than this young lady. And also be extremely genuine and good with her millions and millions of fans. And also continue, I don't like her music, but I like her. Also continue to put music out that really seems to affect 80% of this country and the world. Now, when you are sitting and trying to act like she is some sort of secret closet case and spend 5,000 words, it shows how pathetic your personal and sex life is. I'm so embarrassed for her.
And here's the best part. So, of course, it goes live online on the NewYorkTimes.com, and then they post it on Instagram. They take the cover photo. Yeah. They put that on the New York Times Instagram feed, and then they copy and paste the entire article. So people who may have missed it can literally read the piece right on Instagram as the caption. And the comments there are the absolute best.
I hope are they in line with what I just said?
100%.
Okay, exactly. Now, here's the thing. Taylor Swift in this country terrifies a huge faction of this country more than Putin. Number one is because she promotes voting and she pushes voting for young people. So a lot of people in this country that are on one side see that as a detriment. And the way they're talking badly about her is that she is a mole, that she is they called her a psyop, somebody who is working with, the current government and Democrats to destroy the Republican Party. It is the most absurd thing. During MTV, Madonna, U2, everybody had Rock the Vote. So every single artist would tell young people, please go out there and vote repetitively. Taylor Swift, because she has millions of followers and she can impact this country's voting, has become now a bad guy to half of this country. It's absurd. And then to have people just make believe stuff about her for 5,000 words in a very if this was like, Salon or something, yeah. But this is the New York Times. They should be ashamed.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready for my final topic?
Give me the next one.
Okay. This is going to be the final topic. Okay. So this is about Jared Leto.
Oh my God, I've got a story.
Do you want to give the story first, or you want me to give you?
Tell me about Jared Leto, and then I have a story, and it's the reason why I can't even stand to look at this guy.
Okay. So Mae Martin is a comedian and told a story of how Mae was at the same table as Jared at a Michelin star restaurant. The Michelin star chef comes over and says, "Oh, like, nice to meet you, whatever." And Jared says, "Oh, I won't be eating the meal." And then he reached into his pocket and he pulled out a power bar, like an energy bar. And he was like, "I've been to events like these and I've gotten food poisoning in the past. That's why I always bring these." And according to Mae Martin, he then opened up the power bar and began eating it in front of the Michelin star chef.
Right. So that's insulting. Why was he there? What's the point of going to a Michelin star restaurant?
It was probably like an industry event.
So he had to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait until I tell you my story. And then
what do you make of that? He says, like, "Yeah, I've gotten food poisoning," and then eating the power bar. I mean, is that just like a power move?
I think it's a person that absolutely does not care at all about offending people. And that my story is going to back that up.
Okay, let's hear your story.
Times 10. Okay. Now, people, a public figure, a woman, a very beautiful, very sweet, very sexy woman. This was years ago.
An actress?
Well, no.
Not an actress.
I can't say her name, but people, she has been a public figure and a very close friend of mine. So she sat me down at lunch one day and she told me that she had slept with Jared Leto. And I was like, "Oh, do tell all. I want to know size. I want to know, is he good? Everything." I love to hear about all that. She says, "Well, he would not even call me because he made it very clear that we would not be ever speaking, that he was going to text me to tell me to come over when he wanted at all hours of the night, no matter what, and that to keep the lights off, to not say hello or anything to him, but to crawl into bed where he would be naked and to have sex with him without saying a word and with all the lights off, so she wasn't seen, she wasn't heard, and then she would not say anything. She would quietly walk out." So does that say a lot about her back then? Yes. She has since dealt with her sexual issues of being not valued. Now, it says way more about him. It is so dehumanizing to want to have sex with somebody and to not look at them, to not speak to them, to not allow them to turn on the light, to not have any personal contact except FUCKING, to not even try to be a person that they would want to be with or to be excited about being with you. And it says about him, this is what I took from it, that he has such a lack of respect for women and maybe men. I mean, that's been rumored, but for people, that he absolutely tells you not to communicate on any level with him. To me, that's a psycho. That's a psychopathic. That is psychopathic, and I'm talking clinically psychopathic behavior.
But also his entire aesthetic. I mean, when you look at it, when I found this article, it's like
he clearly thinks he's God.
It's interesting. So he looks like a cult leader with like he's in fashioning himself like Jesus to look like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. And first of all, to see any long-haired Jesus acting, looking God-like, person that obviously thinks higher about themselves than anybody else. Now, his music is garbage. It's garbage. I can't even finish. He had one song that like broke maybe a top 100 one time. I can't even remember it, but the song was bad, but it wasn't as bad as the rest of his music. So he has got himself walking around shirtless as some sort of messianic rock star at the level of, who's like a sexy, hot top rock star right now. I don't know. But he puts himself on that level when he's just got a cult following, and most people in the world have never listened to a song. And the song is garbage. I'm sorry. I can say that as an artist. It is not great.
Let's wrap this up. We've learned a lot. This has been so...
Have I overshared?
No, I love it. I want to know in the sessions, when you have the FaceTime sessions, how long are you on with people for 45 minutes? Like, how long are the sessions?
What we do is first of all, I always have 3 sessions a week so we can break up body parts. So I basically do, for example, chest, biceps, back, triceps on your second day. Third day is all about glute, legs, and shoulders. So we are able in 3 sessions a week to get everything in. These are very intense 30-minute sessions. I don't know any of my clients that could do an hour session with me. The intensity is there. You come, you take no prisoners, and I make you do it. I make you do it, and we do it with fun, laughter, but also, you're connected. I connect to you. And so, like, I just worked I had 5 sessions this morning.
3 sessions a week. And give the number one more time because this is for the free consultation. So you can get on FaceTime with Jackie. You can talk more shit about Kyle Richards and Jared Leto and Taylor Swift.
That's you. I would never talk to a prospective client about Kyle Richards of all people.
All right.
No, it's all about them, honey. It's all about them. So the number is 323-301-3522. So just leave a text with your name, and I will get back with you via text, and we will set a time in the next 2 weeks to get all these, all these free consults done.
Awesome. Jackie, thank you so much.
Do you feel like you know much more about me now?
I knew a lot to begin with.
This is what also makes you a fantastic interviewer, is that I always overshare with you and say things that maybe I shouldn't, but then I'm never ashamed of it later because you make it so fun.
This was so great. I'm gonna put the phone number and all the info in the show notes, so when people click, they'll be able to read.
All right, girl. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was great.
Your business needs AI solutions that are not only ambitious, but also practical and adaptable. That's where Domo's AI and data products platform comes in. With Domo, you can channel AI and data into innovative uses that deliver measurable impact. Secure AI agents connect, prepare, and automate your data workflows, helping you gain insights, receive alerts, and act with ease through guided apps tailored to your role. Domo is built to meet the challenges of today's AI landscape with a robust, all-in-one platform powered by trust, flexibility, and years of expertise in data and AI innovation. Data is hard. Domo is easy. Learn how Domo can help you unlock your data's full potential at ai.domo.com. That's ai.domo.com.
Hey there, Ryan Reynolds here. It's a new year, and you know what that means. No, not the diet. Resolutions. A way for us all to try and do a little bit better than we did last year. And my resolution, unlike big wireless, is to not be a raging and raise the price of wireless on you every chance I get. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited. See mintmobile.com for details.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news. A CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.